Today we are discussing about a builder designing pattern. How can we use a builder designing pattern, where we need to use and how to write a code. Everything we will discuss. What is the benefit and everything. Now, what is builder design pattern? This is a part of creational designing pattern. We already discussed in singleton. This is a part of creational designing pattern. Wait a minute, laptop is discharged. I just plug in. Now after that, this is a part of creational designing pattern, right? We are using builder to design to create the complex object step by step. Complex object is basically means we have the complex object basically means we have a lots of parameter, or we have too much parameter. Now when we are using builder, there is 2 points. The first one is when we have too many parameter to create the object. Then in this time we are using here builder, because let's assume that we have 50 parameters, right? It's so tough to write all the parameters, like a is equal to new a and all the parameters, right? It's really difficult and to manage that. And the second one we are using here, before we need to validate the object, we need to validate the value before creating the object. Creating the object, right? That's mean let's say for here in the first one mean create the object, right? Now here let's suppose this is the object, we need to create new a. Now here we have 100 parameters, right? It's so difficult to manage here, like the name and age, everything we have to. It's so difficult to manage 100 parameter, right? That's why here we are using a builder designing pattern. Yeah, we can use like a dot set. We are creating the object like a dot set, right? This type of thing we can do that. But you are writing 100 lines, right? Every time we are writing set. It's all difficult to manage this. That's why we are using here, right? This is the first concept we can manage here. Okay, we will write in proper way, right? We can write in proper way. The first one way is to manage this one is we can write a, let's say for the object of student, let's say we are creating the object of student or user profile, or profile is equal to new user profile, right? Let's say we have 100 attributes to maintain here. It's so difficult to maintain 100 parameters to write here and create the object, create the constructor. It's so difficult, right? There is another way. Directly we can write profile. We can only create the we are not passing anything to constructor, we are creating the default constructor, and directly profile dot set name, like this thing we can do that. Profile dot set age, right? We can do that. Here we can pass the value, but we have 100 attributes, right? That means we need to write 100 lines of code. 100 attribute, that means we are write 100 lines of code. Set, right? It's more difficult to it's a more difficult to write the code, and that's why here we are using the builder designing pattern. Now the builder designing pattern is handle the builder designing pattern is code is very crisp, and it's a readable format code, right? How can we do it? Now here the there is one concept of method chaining we will discuss. After that we will move to next concept, method chaining. Method chaining is a concept of used like this concept is used handle the method chaining. This concept will be use the method chaining, right? How can we do it? The method chaining is when method is written the owns or itself object. Method is returning the itself object, right? Method is return the itself object means here we are setting one value, because every setter method having a void, right? Return type is void. That's why we are writing one on one to set that method. Now in method chaining it says that method is a return the itself object. Like let's say for we are setting the method set name, right? Set name of like string s. Basically the this exact way is this dot dash equal to s, right? For setting the name, but the method chaining is changes like here we are writing the class name. What is the class name? Let's say class name is user profile, and set the name. After that same thing we are passing it here. There's this dot s equal to s. Here they are returning the object. This is exact object here, right? They are returning the object. That is called as method chaining. Method chaining directly here we are returning, we are single line we are returning, right? Dot name this is like. But here if you have an object directly you can like this user class user profile dot set name dot set age. Directly you can write this is like a meta chaining, right? Directly you can write dot this. If you have 100 attributes you can set 100 attributes like this, right? This is the use of builder designing pattern. Okay, we will move to code. Before move to code, the benefit of the benefit of is this is code reusability. Code readability is second is object immutable. Because the current object don't have any getter and setter, right? Because the current object having already we are using the nested class. Here the concept of the builder design pattern we are using the nested class having the getter and setter, but the parent class, the outside class don't have only getter setter, we have only constructor. So that's why if we have a constructor, when object is created we cannot change the value of the object, right? That's why the parent object or outside class object is immutable. We cannot change the value. Okay, we will move to code base, then we will understand more. Now here we are creating the class of user profile, right? User profile here we are using a Pascal case. Every subsequent letter of first letter is every subsequent word of first letter is capital. After that, in the method, in the attributes, public string, in the attributes, here we are using a Pascal convention. Pascal convention is the first letter is small, first word of the letter is small, other subsequent letter is word is other subsequent word first letter is capital. Same thing, private string, last name, right? This is a camel case. We are using camel case is attributes and methods, and in a class level we are using a Pascal convention. Here is camel convention. String, private string, here is year, let's suppose, and private and age, we can write here age, right? This is the user profile. After user profile, here we are writing class public static class of builder. We are creating the builder object, right? Because directly if you creating that object, we already discussed about it, it's so difficult to write like dot class dot set first name dot, after that next line is dot set last name, right? It's so difficult. That's why here we are using the class of public of static builder. The first letter of the class is capital, right? Public static class. Now here same thing, same attribute we are using here, and here we are using only setter because we need to set the value. Now here generate only setter, we need to set the value, and every value will be written of itself object, right? That means we are returning here build. We already discuss here. Now here the return is this current object, we need to return here. After returning this, if we have a create the object, but we are creating the object of outer class, right? User equal to this, but we are going this dot inner class build, because the class is static, we can access directly. Dot, here is dot, we can set the is, because here we are using a method chaining concept. Directly we can assign the value of first name, let's say Sahil, and after that we can set the last name, because we got the object. After that the object will be go to set last name, they will set the last name. That's why here we are writing this. Otherwise directly if you are not writing this, then you have to set the value in every lines, right? First name, first set of first name, after the last name, right? After that here will be set on this. Now dot age, year, so here we are setting the year. Now dot set age, it's 23, we are writing age, but here they will give a error because we are creating the object of builder class and assign into a user profile, right? The reference is user profile. That's why we need to create the object of this class, because here we are form the object. After forming the object, we are call up user profile, right? That's why we need to create one public user profile of build, yes, build of return new of this current object. We need to write this, right? Now here we are creating the constructor of user profile, private of user profile of builder object of build. Here we are setting all the values of builder first name, because directly here we are only setting the value, we didn't do anything, we are only setting the value. Dot builder dot first name, right? We are setting all the value because we are already creating the object of create the object. Here we are only used for setting. After that, year, last name is age. We are setting here age, right? If after that we got builder object dot build, because the build is will be create the object of user profile, right? Here create the object of user profile, directly you can access it. If you want to check, you can check it. Out dot system dot out dot print, they will create a builder object. Now here object dot user profile, right? Here we are writing the toString method, because toString method will be show that what's the output here is. Code is compiling. Now here is the user profile object we are creating after the first name, last name, year and age. Now after that, here is second point we are mentioning here. Second point we are mentioning here. One second. Second point we are mentioning here, we need to validate the value before creating the object. Before creating the object, we need to validate, right? Here, now we are creating the object from builder class. After that, here we can validate, right? Before creating the profile object, user profile object, we need to validate. If user, let's say first name is not there, we cannot create the object. This is the requirement. Yes, we can do that. After that, we are creating here, we can validate. We can create one method is validate. Let's see, we are creating one method is validate. In this validate, we are creating the method. After that, here check if the first name, let's say our first name is equal to null or is empty. Directly we can throw one abstraction, throw new illegal argument abstraction we can write here. Let's say for first name is not present, right? We can throw abstraction right here, because if you are not writing the builder, then how can we check, how can we now here the requirement was we cannot create the object or user profile when before validation is not fulfilled. If validation is fulfilled, we can create the object. Now here is validation is failed, let's say for, then we cannot create the object. But if we are not writing this static class, then we don't have any option. We need to create the object. After that, we'll check the value. Is value suitable? Its value is correct or not. Now here, let's say for we are removing the name, right? Again, we are checking same thing. This is more readable, right? Comparatively. Now directly they give a abstraction here because the first name is null. That's why we are using here builder designing pattern. Without builder, we cannot identify that. We need to create the object. Without creating the object, we need to create the object. After that, we will set the value. After that, we will check all the checks. But before we cannot. That's why we are using a builder. After the builder, they are creating the object. They are check the condition. After checking the condition, if condition is met, after that they will go next step. Otherwise, they will break the condition. Right, this is all about build a designing pattern. Yes, thank you.